It's a Saturday night and you haven't caught up with your friends in a while. You want to go out and hang out for a few hours because, well, you've been doing pretty good at work and your career is really ascending. But around 9 o'clock, you get a phone call. You know who it is. It's your wife. You tell your friends, hey, bro, I gotta go home, man. My wife has made dinner for me. And you know what? We want to watch some movies with our kids. Now, some of your friends are not married because most people in the USA are not married. They're like really bragging on you. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're gonna leave? You need to stay out, man. You're the man, bro. Like, let's go out, hang out. You know, your wife will always be there, but not you. You love your wife and you love your kids, and nothing means more to you than them. So you exit gracefully, tell the guys you'll catch up another time in the future, and you head home. That's your life now, man. I mean, when you get old, you grow up, you become a man. But there's only one problem. Your wife is tired of you, bro. You just don't know it yet. Now, you haven't done anything malicious to her. You've courted her and you loved her. But something just isn't right anymore in the relationship. And she feels like you're just not what she wanted. She could do better. And although your efforts are grandeur, they're just not what they should be. Somehow or another, she hits you with that bad news. She wants a divorce. You're telling her that you want to stay in the relationship and everything like that, but she's not trying to hear it. Imagine 1 year from now, you turn on the television and your wife is saying this.
My marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Cory some beautiful, amazing children.
Yeah.
And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how I'm looking at it now.
Guys, I know that was a long story, but that is literally the story of Cory Hardrict. A man who loved his wife, loved his family, begged his wife to stay with him, but she didn't. Instead, she went around bashing the guy on Twitter, saying that he didn't serve her purpose, she would never go back to him, even liking comments about how he was a dead weight to her life. But Cory Hardrict didn't say much. It also reminds me of Devon Franklin when he left Megan Good. He did it with the utmost class. Remember, he filed for divorce. And once he filed for divorce, he posted this picture of him crying on social media. Right after that, he went to a guy's trip out and so many women started calling him gay. He never responded. But when Devon Franklin opened up about his relationship and divorce and how it made him feel, he had this to say.
And I'm here to tell you, I have lost a lot of things this year. I know you've heard of the lost and found, but I want to talk about the loss and found. This year, in the past 12 months, I've lost my wife, I've lost employees, I've lost deals. And let me tell you, with every loss, there's been a lot of pain. Yet in the midst of that pain, instead of just focusing on what was gone, what was remaining there for me was a discovery. In the process of dealing with loss, I was able to find who I really was, find my voice, find my courage, find my strength, find resiliency I didn't even know that I had. So if you're like me, I know you've been dealing with a lot of loss. I get it. And every loss is painful. Yet I want to draw your attention to buried underneath the loss is a discovery of who you are, a discovery of the power you truly have.
Now that's interesting. Devon Franklin seems very positive about being hurt, losing his wife, even though her fans disrespected him. Now, in the case of Cory Hardrict, Tia Mowry disrespected him on almost every public platform. At least Megan Good didn't do that. And Devon Franklin and Megan Good never had any children, but Cory Hardrict and Tia Mowry did. But the same thing is consistent with the two of these guys. Both of these are African-American men with no real outlet in how to deal with their issues. Cory Hardrict recently spoke about how the divorce made him feel.
Because, it's tough when it feels like you're going through something alone and no one understands and, no one's there for you. And it's just like, when you're a man, especially a black man, they're like, oh, he's tough, he's strong. But it was a year and a half crying myself to sleep every night. Nobody see that.
Yeah.
Nobody see that.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, you live 5 minutes away from your babies, you know what I'm saying? Because people who know Cory Hardrict know that his kids and his family was everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Yes.
I'm really stronger. And that by the grace of God, it's like, I'm here and I'm still going.
Now, what did Cory Hardrict say? He said something that's very profound. As a black man, you know what? I didn't really have an outlet. I had to deal with it. It's made me stronger. Although Tia Mowry had every outlet in the world to disrespect her ex-husband. And we wanted to know what he did. And as it appears, nothing wrong. Look at the comments. People are still hating on the guy. I still feel like he was the issue. He doesn't seem fun at all. LOL. I don't know how dumb that is, but okay, he's not fun. All right, so that's why he was the issue. Look at this. I need Tia to tell the truth because we all confused. Right. Oh, wow. Now I need to know the truth. She had me thinking he did her wrong. See, the reality is that a lot of these men are married to women and they're great husbands, but the wife leaves them, not because they didn't do anything wrong. It's just the women feel like they're not useful anymore. But how do you handle that when your wife or ex-wife is out here pretty much bashing you, saying she graduated from marriage, how, you know, she's the best parent in the world, doesn't really acknowledge you at all? Well, here's what you got to do. You got to accept it. Imagine what happens if you're somebody like Cory Hardrict and Tia Mowry is making all these shots at you on social media. What if you're stupid enough to react to it? Want to know what's going to happen? You're going to lose everything because nobody's going to care about what she's doing. They're going to care about what you're doing. And here's the issue with men, and that we need to understand when we deal with women. A lot of guys are not going to like this, but I'm going to tell you, it's not your job to go tit and tat with women. I know it hurts. I know it's painful. I know it's not fair. But just because a woman is acting irrational like Tia Mowry was and being disrespectful, that doesn't really mean that you need to go tit for tat for her. You have to be disciplined as a man and keep that in because you don't want to ruin your own professional career. And quite frankly, you're going to understand that you're a lot stronger than what you are. A lot of us got to understand that sometimes ladies are petty and we look for opportunities to get revenge on them and try to make them hurt like they make us hurt. I get it. I'm petty as hell and I can see exactly where a lot of brothers is coming from, but it's not going to work out fine. You know, look at Tia Mowry's life right now. She can't get anybody, right? Cory Hardrict has moved on with his life. He did the best that he could do. Unfortunately for her, nobody wants her. You want to know why? Because of how she acted. What Tia Mowry didn't know is that she advertised for the rest of the dating world for men of her caliber that no one should ever take her serious. She was going to be a terrible mate for any rich guy, and so therefore she played herself. The way she handled the Cory Hardrict situation was completely awful. She messed up herself forever. She was completely immature. She was completely terrible with that. And she was completely silly. Cory Hardrict showed that in the line of fire, masculinity always wins. He cried himself to sleep every night. I get it. He hurt every night. I get it. But you know what? That's why as men, it's up to each other to basically say, you know what, brother, let me talk to you, man. Reach out to me. I can help you with that. You can tell me it's going to be okay. Because these men, although they're very rich and they have money, they didn't have any black male outlets. It was nowhere for them to go. There's no real safe spaces for men, especially black men, to really tell how they've been hurt. And I don't care how much game you got or whatever, you know, you can be hurt by a woman at any age, and it hurts to lose your family, lose your kids. You feel like you could be a loser. You think about what you could do differently. I know, because my father always talks to me about that. You know, he's telling me, like, you know, when him and my mom divorced, he felt like he was a failure and didn't really know what to do about it. And who is he going to talk to about it? They just don't have those outlets there for black men. And so many men do crazy things to themselves or to their ex-wives or just go on a crazy tangent. But you can overcome everything out there. Why? Number one, because you are a man. And number two, she can't destroy you. A lot of women want to destroy men. For whatever reason, we don't know. Tia Mowry wanted to destroy Cory Hardrict. She wanted to break him down and then easily found out that she couldn't. She ended up breaking herself down, which is what they typically do. They typically find a way to destroy themselves, and women like that always do because they're not good people. But Cory Hardrict will find somebody in the future, a beautiful lady, if he should desire to go that route, that will appreciate him, and she can be confident that he will be a man, exhibit masculinity, and in the line of fire, he's not going to break down. And guys, I'm going to say this and say this one last time. Just because a woman is acting immature and silly, it does not mean you need to act immature and silly with her too. I learned that the hard way, okay? If they want to act stupid, they want to act silly, let them do it by their goddamn self. But you should never engage with somebody on that level as a strong black man. You should never engage that. I've made that mistake many times. Don't do that. Let them do it by themselves. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk. I put you far. You just heard the bell. We're out.